Hey everybody, welcome back in. When we last left off, we had finished defeating all of the enemies in the underwear. Now we're going to do the optional bosses in what's called the the Glitz Pit After Dark. It's one of those things that you might not know exists unless you're looking for it. So after you've beaten Shobo Island, if you come and talk to this Babam here, he gives you the key to the shower in the Glitzville Champ's room. And it's in the shower that you fight these ultimate boss fights. So if you take them on as soon as they're available, they're probably going to be pretty tough for you, but that's why we're doing it at the end of the game. Let's see. I don't think we really need to heal right now. Alright, I think we're good enough for now. Right in here. This guy explains to you what's going on. There are 5 boss fights in here, and these are designed to be some of the toughest fights in the game. Alright, so now that we've read his spiel, let's deck ourselves out a little bit. Let's see. The enemies that we fight first do use sleep attacks, so I'm trying to find something good that'll defend against sleep. Guess that works. Yeah, that's probably good enough for now. Then we gotta talk to him to initiate the fight. It's a rematch against Spyx. Let's see. Yeah, attacking all is not necessarily a great idea, because each one of them counter. But they don't counter against items, which is handy. They counter against spells, which I'll show you. This is why we brought sleep-resistant equipment. Alright. What are you guys immune to again? Was it fire or ice? It's fire. Cool. Even if you're immune to sleep, they still hit hard. Alright, let's see how much we can do here. Everybody's got a counter. Just a word to the wise to anybody who is interested in ROM hacks, making mods of this game. I would recommend never putting more than 6 enemies in a single fight, because the game starts behaving a little weird when you do. I tried to have 8 smile axes in this fight to really amp up the difficulty, but graphically things started getting pretty weird when I did that. Didn't I get a freebie somewhere in there? Maybe not. Oh well. Your prize for beating all of the enemies in the Glitz Pit here is the Star Egg, which... nice. Which does the same thing that it does in the original game, only with more damage. But, I mean, at that point, pretty much beaten all there is to beat, so it's not like it's really that necessary. The enemies here give a lot of experience. The reason being, they're meant to be the endgame enemies. So theoretically, if you can beat these guys, you can beat just about anything else. So for those of you who like having 100% files where everything is done, rather than grind your way to level 30, I figure if you can beat these guys, you should basically you deserve to be level 30 by the time you're done with them. So here's a ton of experience. Alright, let's go on to number 2, a pair of giant snakes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's take care of the fire one first. Intuitively, you're going to want to use ice attacks against the fire one, and vice versa. You can see that even having these 2 big enemies on screen is pushing things a little bit. Notice how Red's head at the left side of the screen there, where his HP is a little messed up graphically. I figure there was a small price to pay for having this fight in here. Some of you may remember the Axum Rangers ROM hack that I made back in the day. This was having the fire and ice snakes was an optional battle in that game too, one that's available pretty close to the beginning of the game. So I guess I'm paying tribute to myself by having this fight again. I don't know, I deserve it. Nice. It's always handy to bring elemental immunities to these fights. Alright, we got one. This is why we beat the fire one first, because Kooper's fire attack is an attack-all attack, so rather than wasting time attacking both of them with that attack, only got one target left. The snake is under Valor Up status, and Kooper's Ultra Bomb's attack is still doing almost 400 HP, so pretty strong. That ice immunity really coming in handy. Red's Shell Toss is so powered up at this point. It does about the same amount of damage as his fire attack, which is super effective against this guy. But for about a third of the cost. Alright, that's 2 down, 3 to go. Alright, we'll go buy a couple of things. And again, these battles do kind of throw money at you. Wanted to make sure that money wasn't the thing keeping you from being able to beat it. Yeah, why not? I hope you guys appreciate that when Red goes to sleep, he stays inside his shell. I thought that was a cute thing. Alright, Berto is fight number 3 in here. Now, Berto has very high defense. It's just about maxed out. So our options are fairly limited, but thankfully Red does have this defense-piercing magic attack. However, she counters said attack with Meteor Swarm. So you kind of have to make a decision here. Do you want to use that to make things go a little faster? Or do you want to take the safe route, maybe make things go a little slower? She might be immune to jump, actually. That sounds like something I'd do. Your other options for beating her are going to be items, or Green. I think Green has enough attack power that if you've got some good equipment on him, he can actually do some damage to her. Or you can utilize a mechanic that's maybe not as well known that Berto has, where if you defend yourself and she uses her single egg attack, the egg will ricochet off of you, it'll land right next to her, and you can attack the egg, then the egg will blow up and do damage to her. But in order to get her to use that attack, you have to attack her 3 times first. And then she'll actually start using it sometimes. It's still a random chance that she'll actually use it, but she didn't use it that time. I don't like waiting around for it, so that's why I'm going the tough route. Oh, I should have clarified. I don't know if I did. When I said you had to attack her 3 times, I meant the actual attack command, the A button. So that's why she hasn't done that single egg attack yet. Alright, there's number 3. 2 more. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let's go buy a couple things. Got some money in our pocket, might as well use it. Go see our best friend Blade Dude, take advantage of his superior discounts. Should work. I'm sure we will be back, my friend. Did we already take a nap? Sure did. Okay, let's save. Alright, bring it on. Giant alarm clock. Sound familiar? It's Countdown. Countdown was actually planned to be one of the bosses in Shadow's Castle, hence the Shadow Castle background here. But I felt like that area had enough bosses, enough tough enemies already, so I decided against it. And it seemed a little too similar to the original game, where Countdown is a boss there at the end of the game, so decided to stick him here instead. But Countdown's mechanic is, much like in the original, he has these different times that he cycles through. Starts at 1 PM, around the clock, and each attack that he uses becomes progressively more powerful until he gets to 12 o'clock, where he uses Meteor Swarm, which is the most powerful enemy magic attack in the game. Yeah. But he has an additional feature where each time he gets to 12 o'clock, the next time he cycles through, he'll skip one of the time periods, the first available time period. So meaning, you see he went from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so once he cycles all the way through to 12 o'clock and uses Meteor Swarm, next time around he'll start at the beginning, but he'll skip 1 o'clock. And so on. So theoretically, if this fight drags out pretty long, he'd get to a point where all he's doing is using Meteor Swarm repeatedly. So, in fighting him, time is of the essence. See what I did there? Time, the clock. I am hilarious, darn it. But that's part of why he uses some status effects on you, fear and mute. It's because he's essentially trying to stall you. Because if he can stall you long enough to the point where he's using Meteor Swarm every time, you're gonna have a hard time winning. I think the fear should be wearing off this turn. Nice. His dinglings, the bells, they have the same ability that they did in the original, where they can make him skip some of his time periods, countdown. So they're another thing you want to make sure you get out of the way soon. He's going to start using Meteor Swarm that much quicker if you let the dinglings help him skip time periods. Harsh. There you go. He uses Shredder, and then he hits you with Meteor Swarm. See, Meteor Swarm took out about half my HP, which, you know, it's not that terrible, but if he's doing that every turn, and I'm running out of items and FP and such, I can be in a tight spot pretty quick. There you go, he skipped 1 o'clock. He started his cycle over again while skipping 1 o'clock. Spot on there, saying now it's time to annoy you. Thankfully, all of my dudes are immune to Mushroom, their equipment. It's hard to know if we're getting close to beating him or not. He has a big HP pool. Oh, and from a developer perspective, the enemy recover spells, Recover and Mega Recover, they have an interesting quality to them, where they always make the user skip their next action. I don't know why it does that, but there doesn't seem to be a way around that. It just kind of happens. So that's why you saw I got 2 rounds in there before he did another one. And that's something that you'd see in the original game, too. Might be something I investigate when I do the sequel. See if there's a way to make it so that it doesn't skip their turn whenever they use those. Doesn't really make much sense for them to heal if the extra turn I get while they heal, and I end up doing more damage than they healed. Alright, there we go. One more left. Okay, for this fight, we're gonna sub in green for Koopa. Green's got some solid defense, and that's what we need. Let's see. Considering giving Yellow the lazy shell to make him basically invulnerable, but he also wouldn't do much damage. I'm not sure if we need to do that right now. We'll give this a try. Alright, let's check our items here. Yeah, let's go pick up a few things. Time for a little bit of shopping. Yoshi's Island is the only place in the game where you can buy Yoshi Colas. Seemed fitting. Grab another one. Alright, what else do we need? Okay, the next fight that we're fighting is a team. So maybe we grab a few rock candies for good measure for some of that sweet 300 damage to each enemy. Well, I guess it's only 300 if you have some kind of boost applied, but most of our equipment does that. Oops. No thanks. Hey buddy, it's us again. Get rid of our old stuff. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, why not? Probably need some of these for the next fight that we're gonna do. When we do the Underkeeper, we'll have to buy some more stuff. Actually, before we continue on, I'm thinking it might be a good idea to buy a couple of power-ups. Should help us out a bit. I have a plan, guys. Actually, the other shop that I want to go to. The other secret shop. It's a shame it's such a detour to get to all of these, but that's the price you pay for good stuff that's hard to get. See how much mileage we can get out of these. Alright, this time's for real. Team of 5. I wonder who it could be. Come on, guys. What's my name? Really think I wasn't going to put these guys anywhere in here? These guys are pretty tough. Between the 5 of them, they have 25,000 HP. And they also support each other, especially Pink. Pink will heal them, Pink will use Shredder on you. Even Yellow, I think, has some healing that he does on the others once they're low enough HP. Pink will use Valor Up and Vigor Up on her allies once they're below half health. So you have 2 ways of going about this fight. Each of them has an attack pattern that gets much tougher once they're below half health. So if you try to attack all of them, you're committing yourself to a tougher back half of the fight. Alternatively, you can attack them one at a time to try to beat them, but of course, you know, that's going to take a lot longer. So what we're going to do to try to get ourselves a leg up in this fight, we'll use red essences while powering ourselves up, so that we can use some powerful attack all attacks, and hopefully whittle them down pretty low before they have a chance to really do that much to us. This fight is possible without red essences. I've done it before. It just takes a while. But that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be an endgame type challenge. And we don't have any way of getting green out of sleep, so I guess we'll just attack from here. Come on, someone do me a favor and smack green. Or I guess you could kill him so I can bring him back to life? There we go. I'm awake. Thankfully, I don't believe Shredder can work through a red essence. I don't think it can take away your stat boosts if you've got a red essence applied. Oh wait, now that I think about it, maybe we can get green out of his mushroom status. I don't think I've ever tried to do this before, but the red essence invincibility counts as a status. So if we override the mushroom status with invincibility, I think that'll take him out of mushroom. Figures now they all attack him. He doesn't need to be woken up. Yeah, there we go. I'm a genius. Nice. Let's keep this train rolling. Yeah, there goes yellow, using his weird mushroom on pink. I didn't want to make it so that pink was the end-all be-all of recovery for their team, or if you just beat her, that's it, they don't get to recover ever again. So Well, I guess she is. She's the only one that recovers other members of the party, but Yellow specifically recovers Pink's HP. Alright, so we know that Pink's at least below half health. This is why you want to get rid of Pink as soon as you can. Let's see how close we are with her. Actually, I guess we should store our flower points first, so Red can attack. Alright, there's one down. Not the one we expected, but hey, it's alright. Two down. What does Pink have? Been trying to kill her this whole time. About 1,000. Okay. 2 down. Alright, we should be able to win now. Still, a 6. Why is pink so tough to beat? Does it though? Pink, the real final boss of this game. Alright. She's just so darn strong. That's gonna be annoying. Or not. That was handy. See if this does any more. Not sure it will, though. She's... Even though that attack pierces defense, it's still reduced by her Valor up. She's not gonna go down without a fight, apparently. Guess I could always use a red essence to make up green, but that seems like kind of a waste. I don't know. Oh man. Beat her one of these days. Good heavens. Now, I know the Axum Rangers, they all have different statuses that they're weak to. I'm sure if we can find whatever Pink's is, that'll help. But I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. Try mute. I mean, is that it? Is she mute now? No. The good news is, even if she keeps healing herself, eventually she'll run out of FP. Yeah, she healed a bit while we were focusing on the others, but at least she is still below where she was when we started attacking her. Good try, Fear. No, it doesn't look like that was it. Knowing me, I probably made her the only one on the team that's immune to everything. I guess this is what I get for not beating her before she had the chance to use Valor up on herself. Alright, the only one we haven't tried is Sleep. I'm just trying to give you guys a showcase of all of Yellow's spells, that's all. Yeah, she's immune to everything. Cool. Remember that one being so hard to time? Yeah. Maybe this will help things go just a little bit quicker. Unless, of course, she puts green to sleep. Andy. Alright. Took some doing, but we did it, team. Got some crazy experience and a lot of money. Oh, I think I just leveled up magic on green. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. We're at the end of the game anyway. Alright. He's got no one left for us to fight. We did it. And for our troubles, we get the Star Egg, which is a reusable attack that does more than it did in the first game. I think it's 200, maybe even 250. I don't know. To everybody. And that's going to come in real handy during the Underkeeper fight, which is what we're going to do next time. So, I think this video is already long enough. We'll pick it up, and next video is going to be the last one. We're going to do the Underkeeper, and then we're going to go fight the final boss, and I'll show you all of the trophies that are in Cooper's house for the different stuff that you've done over the game. And then I'll also give my closing thoughts. We'll talk sequel. We'll talk what's next in general. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.